Hello everyone and welcome back to Migratory Game. Today we're going to talk about some dove hunting tips, and I got a giveaway I wanted to do when I hit 500 subscribers. I like to give something back to the subscribers and the people that supported me. We'll talk about the giveaway and how you enter here in just a little bit. First thing we're going to talk about is just some tips, the laws, the regulations, and what you need to know about dove hunting. It's different in every state, so if you're not in Ohio, please just read your laws and figure out what you got to do. But the way I like to dove hunt is I dove hunt the same way I duck hunt. I get up early in the morning, I go, or I wait until late in the evening and I go. I don't like going during midday. They don't seem to fly as good. But if you're going to go early morning, some public places have a time limit saying that you can't start until noon. But if you're hunting private ground, you can start when it's sunrise. That's legal for us here in Ohio is sunrise. Right now we're just out here letting Mia run around. There was some deer over here. She's seen them and started to go after them, and I called her off of them. She came back, so I don't think she's chasing them deer. I think she went down to the creek. It's right there. Come on, Mia. But anyways, this will be her first season hunting. I've been working her in the cornfield, throwing the bumper in there, letting her go in and get it and bring it back. It's good for her to use her nose. Some of you that's dove hunted, when you shoot a bird down in the corn, man, you'll almost never find it. So the dog really helps us. If it wasn't for the dog, a lot of times we wouldn't find it either. So, come on, Mia. So I've been brushing up with her, just getting her ready for the season. Right now, like I said, I'm just letting her run around, stretch her legs, get out of the kennel, explore a little for the day. So let me get my phone. All right, so I had somebody get a hold of me on YouTube saying that in Ohio this year, 2020 and 2021, Ohio law regulations says that you have to have your wetland habitat stamp and your federal duck hunting stamp to hunt doves. So I don't have the book on me. What I done was I Googled it. I got on there and I screenshotted what it said about doves. Let's see what it says. All right, it says migratory bird hunting. To hunt migratory birds in Ohio, you must have the following: a valid hunting license and a harvest information program HIP certification. That's a HIP survey. That's what I call it, the HIP survey. You'll call the 1-800 number on your hunting license, and it's just an automated survey. They want to know how many you killed the previous year if you want hunting at all. You just answer the survey. They'll give you a number at the end of it, and you got to write that down on your hunting license. And then it says, in addition to the requirements above, to hunting waterfowl in Ohio, you must also have the following: a printed Ohio Wetlands Habitat stamp endorsement is required of all persons 18 or older. A signed federal migratory bird hunting stamp, duck stamp, is required of all persons ages 16 and older. So what this is saying, to hunt doves, you got to have a Ohio hunting license and the Harvest Information Program HIP certification to hunt doves. If you're going to hunt waterfowl, in addition to that, you also have to have your wetland habitat stamp and your federal duck hunting stamp. That has to be signed. A lot of us don't sign them. I went hunting for years and I would purchase it, but I wouldn't sign it. In fact, I would try to keep it to where I could, frame it later or something like that, just like a memory of each year that I went hunting. And then it was just a few years ago that I realized that the stamp has to be signed. So now I go ahead and I attach it to my hunting license, signed. It doesn't have to be attached to your hunting license, you just have to sign it. So that's our laws in Ohio. As far as us to dove hunt, we just need a hunting license and the HIP survey. And then to duck hunt, we also have to have the hunting license, HIP survey, and a wetlands habitat stamp and a federal duck hunting stamp. So I know the laws can get kind of confusing, especially if it's your first year going and they put it all together like that. But it was same. It's been the same as long as I can remember, I've hunted doves for years. My dad started doing it and got me into it when I was little, and it's always been the same set of rules. It always opens on September 1st, and you got to have your hunt license and your hip survey. Used to, when I started the hip survey, you had to ask for that. It wasn't on your license. So if you went in to get your hunt license, you had to ask them to you know, apply the hip survey. And it wasn't a survey. It was just on your license. And then they changed it to where it's on your license already, but you have to call and take the survey. So just follow up on your laws in your state. And as I'm gonna tell you, dove hunting is one of the funnest things I've ever done. I just like migratory bird hunting. That's why my channel is called Migratory Game. The game is the birds, obviously. Some people think it's a gaming channel because it says game. But most outdoors people is going to know that I'm referring to wild game. All right, so let's talk about these decoys we got. Me, you know, tip number one, the biggest success I've had dove hunting was the Voodoo Dove Mojos. I think the batteries are dead, but there's a switch under them. The switch right here, and that turns them on. But that right there, if you're going to get into dove hunting, I highly recommend you get at least one Voodoo Dove Mojo. The birds are attracted to it. Now, it doesn't work every day. I've noticed some birds don't even pay attention to it, but a lot of times when we're out hunting, they come right to the Voodoo Dove Mojo, and it gives you a nice shot. Now, these decoys on the ground, they probably help, but I mean, it's not something that I would think you have to have. Just that flash from these Voodoo Dove Mojos is real nice. And then later, if you get into it, Dad's got a homemade pole. This one here, I got it off a buddy at work for $10. I couldn't pass it up. All it does is get the mojo up a little higher, and they can see it across cornfields and stuff like that. So that's tip number one. Just if you're going to do it, I recommend you get the Dove Mojos decoys, the Voodoo Dove Mojo decoys. Of course, you're going to want a chair or a bucket, something to sit on. I recommend a game vest, but this time of year, it's hot. You're probably going to want a cooler, a small cooler that you put some ice in, that you can throw your doves in so the meat don't spoil. And then you're going to need some shells. Winchester or Federal, either one. They're the same price. I don't really see a difference in them other than the brand. And you're probably going to want to take something to drink. So, a Voodoo Dove Mojo, a chair, a cooler, something to drink. As far as camo, I just wouldn't wear blue jeans, but just a camo shirt, some brown pants, or some khakis. You don't really need a whole lot of camo for dove hunting. If you get tucked into like a first row on a cornfield or something, perfect. What you're going to want to look for if you're going to go dove hunting for your first time is a food source, whether it's corn, wheat, sunflowers, milo, whatever you got around you. A food source, some trees, a power line, and some water. If you got all of them, that's ideal. This, like I said, will bring them to you most of the time. But let's talk about this giveaway. So when I get to 500 subscribers, I'm going to give away a Voodoo Dove Mojo, or I'm going to give away a 6-pack of Higdon Standard Foam Field Mallard decoys, or a $30 gift card. So some of you, I know that watch my channel, you're not all hunters or into waterfowl or dove hunting, so I'd like to give you guys something too, and that's the $30 gift card. All you gotta do is just leave a comment below. Let me know what you'd like to have, whether it be the Voodoo Dove Mojo, a 6-pack of Higdon Standard Foam Field Mallard decoys, or the $30 gift card. Just leave that in the comment below. That's how you enter to win. Now, you don't have to subscribe. I would you know, appreciate it if you did, but you don't have to. It's just the giveaway will go on longer because it's not going to be until I get to 500 subscribers. But that being said, all you got to do to enter is just comment below. Say whatever you want and let me know what you want out of those 3. So I hope this video gets you guys ready for dove season. I know I can't wait. It's only a few weeks away, 9 days I think. I'm not going to go on opening day. I'll have to wait till that weekend. I got to work. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you have a lot of fun dove hunting this year. And do me a favor, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. I'll see you next time.